You're fine. I saw Slim Yancey pop in, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?"
It's been me, man. God damn it. I don't know why it's been impossible for me to
You
change
can
this
leave it.
name. I, I'm already typing my name.
So how you been doing, Jamel?
Man, I've been good, bro.
Yeah. Did you watch that game last night?
Yes, I watched that game. I watched that game last night in like six different places.
Really?
Started in my apartment,
Okay.
and then like the second quarter, I'm watching it on my phone on the way to the car. Then I find the radio broadcast. Then I'm listening to it. I was at a test show for this World Cup thing. Fox
Okay.
got a World Cup thing in Culver City. So I'm watching it in their break room. I'm trying to figure out how to pull it up on the monitors in the back. They got me in like a little green room space
Yeah.
and I'm flipping around the channels. All the channels are for what's going on in the Fox lot. I'm
Yep.
like, I should have brought an antenna with me. No, but I
Yeah.
did see it all insane.
Yeah, I was watching it, I'm on the East Coast, so I was watching it in bed basically by the time it got to the second to the third quarter and then I fell asleep. But I woke up and I recorded the game on YouTube TV. So I
Mm.
watched the last quarter all this morning before the gym at like 4:30 in the morning and it was like it was just it got me going. Like I truly like I've never been more excited for a team that I'm a Knicks enjoyer for the moment. So I was never
Right.
more excited for a team than them at that point.
How can you how could you possibly root against the Knicks?
Yeah.
I don't even if I was a Boston Celtics fan, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
They never win anything, bro.
Yeah. It was crazy. I'm in a group chat and the somebody was on the chat talking about this is the his exact words were God chose America, God chose the Knicks, God chose me. All caps. All caps.
Nuts. And that person threw an egg at Wimby last night
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
streets, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man.
I
New
mean,
York fans are insane.
yeah, I mean, certainly the craziest. I don't know what they deserve to have as a whole, but I definitely would like to see the Knicks win. I don't care about whatever pandemonium happens on the streets, man, at all. Go Knicks. I hope that the cast of Law and Order SVU is running around outside yelling "fuck Trey Young" and "Bing Bong," and I hope they do all that, bro.
It'd be funny to see Spike Lee and Ben Stiller to get out and like do the WAP or something. Just so excited in the streets.
Doing the freak, man. Yeah.
Oh man. It's been a good series though. I'm excited for when the next one is the day of the release of this album, right?
Come on now. Come
Yeah,
on, man. As we planned. I said the finals will be happening.
that's right. Nixon 5 on June 12th.
I'll be honest, my guy. I do a little podcast with Rob Hayes, and
Mhm.
I gotta go with Rob. Rob usually doesn't know ball. Self-admitted. Okay,
Okay.
we have a sports show called the In Season Podcast. Okay, and he has self-admittedly said on the show he does not know ball. But from the start of the finals, he said Knicks in six. I'm actually going to stay with that. I know
Okay.
that the whole earth, I know that the template for the memes is Knicks in five right now,
Uh-huh.
but I actually do see the Spurs winning one home game. They gotta figure out how to win one. They're too good.
I felt for speaking of memes that there was like I saw a video I think on Jimmy Kimmel Live. Some dude said he had his whole haiku where he ended Christian Dior Nixon 4, and I was so sold on that I didn't
He was
realize
like, "Yep,
that it was yesterday that I was watching that and like oh no this is gonna be Nixon 4. It's like the fifth game, sixth game.
yeah, you're betting Knicks in four in the middle of Game Five." There's a shady sports book that's letting you do that.
That's what ESPN is leading me to believe. All these damn gambling ads that go they have going on.
Oh, it's insane, bro. That's something else that I had to learn over these past few years. I love sports. I've committed a lot of my life to sports. I really enjoy watching people compete. I think I have a knack for what it looks like and what the results are going to be. But once I get money involved in it,
Yeah.
everything that I think turns to crap.
Yeah.
And the only way for me to truly enjoy these sports is to just watch. I don't have like I don't have like whatever that treacherous mindset. I'm not really a money mind guy. Turns out.
Yeah. But I watch a lot of golf. Right now I'm watching LPGA, the Dow Championship. And
Whoa.
it's and that's women's golf and I'm enjoying it, but I can't imagine sitting down and then like having to follow every single match for Wimbledon that just happened and trying to because I wouldn't have made money. I would have bet on my people. I would have bet on the people that I love and I would not have seen Coco was knocked out. Arena Sabalenka was knocked out. And Zverev went to win the men's. I wouldn't have got that. I would have lost my apartment. I would have lost everything here.
And you know it's crazy. Once Yannick Sinner lost, I'm looking at the bracket. I'm like, okay, it's Verev's to lose. I'm looking at the other side. I'm like, it's gonna be Caboli little ass. Flavio Caboli about to make this final, dog. Look at
Yes.
this dumb shit. And then it was right.
And he made it because the other guy was sick.
That's nuts. Who was
It's
it?
insane.
Berrettini? I stopped watching because you know my guy, Francis Tiafo.
Hmm.
He loses the heartbreaker, the 5-set heartbreaker to Arnaldi. And
Hmm.
anytime Francis loses a tournament, I don't finish the tournament.
Oh,
I don't
you're
need to see
done.
it. I'm out, man. Show me later. Unless I unless it's like it's gonna be like Sinner Alcaraz, unless it's some guys that I truly like
Yeah.
getting to that final, miss me with that crap, man. I'm out.
Well, Francis only lost because his chain was too big. That giant
Mm.
that chain
Yeah.
bouncing around on his chest.
You know what was crazy? Like you could see him start to get tired, and I saw him adjust it, and you're like, that's too much wasted energy. You
Too
just
much energy.
you just blew 100 calories moving that freaking chain around.
Yeah, he's drenched out there because it's 90 degrees and you're playing on a clay court. Like,
Yeah, I know. He was like, God, he was right there. And you know what happened? You know how he lost? Speaking of Sabalenka, it was when she swept Osaka.
mhm.
So everybody's at the Osaka Sabalenka match.
Yeah.
Okay. Francis and them was on the side court.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right.
And as soon as the Osaka match ends early, like
Uh,
Sabalenka beat her straight sets. It was like 6-2, 6-2.
yeah.
So that's like what? That's like maybe an
40
hour,
minutes, an hour. Yeah.
45 minutes. So everybody who was there slides over to the side court. And it was a huge crew of Italians. And they gave Arnaldi the Mario star.
That's true.
And Francis only had 2 points left. He's like,
Yeah.
dog, I just got to get these 2 points. And then once the crowd got on Arnaldi's side, like Francis like remembered he was exhausted. He was like,
Yeah.
damn, I am. I have been out here for 5 hours. Maybe I should go to bed.
Yeah. It's the same thing that happened with Sabalenka when she was about to win, and then that teenager came back and just showed that she had more energy than her.
Second wins, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, tennis is fascinating. I mean no disrespect when I say this, but I've been referring to it as gay boxing.
Okay.
It's
Please
the
elaborate.
same. It's the same mano y mano type. It's you versus another guy. Nobody can help you. You're just locked in a cage with
Mhm.
another guy. But give me a little distance. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's like it's like the social distance version. Just something about it, man. And the swag of it all is just like a little more like boxing so aggressive, so masculine.
Yeah.
Tennis allows for so much feminine energy and not just the WTA, I watch
All that
challengers.
grunting.
You know what I'm saying? They be, hey, you know what I mean?
Just two men grunting, just grunting as hard and loud as they
As they
possibly could.
possibly can.
Yeah.
Exactly. But they're 30 feet from each other, but it sounds like they about to kiss.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And they're telling everybody to be stop it, stop talking, be quiet.
Yeah, they need quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, but it's fascinating, dog. It ain't nothing like it, bro.
Yeah.
Watching a guy just fall apart before your eyes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it hurts. but it's like, damn, this is like some Shakespeare shit, dude. This guy is crumbling.
And then you can see like on that final match on for the Wimbledon's for Wimbledon
French.
where it was like where it was an hour in and it looked like it was going one way and then suddenly we're going for 3.5 hours and it's one of the longest matches.
Yeah, bro. Nothing like it. Nothing
Yeah.
like it in sports.
That's wild. Well, let's get to your comedy. I saw the heart some of the heart of the city stuff.
Okay.
That is crazy. Like I know you were doing stand up in DC, and I know DC is a great place to actually start in comedy. But what was that like to do a show for Kevin Hart essentially, and for him to be there, and for this crowd of people? The venue looked tiny, so it looked like you guys were just like it was an intimate show, and you could really be you.
Okay. It was I mean, 10 years ago. First off, 10 years ago, which is insane. Second off, Kevin Hart really was there. I
Okay.
would like to clarify something has happened. So it was first thing I got to say about that set, you might not have seen it. A lot of people might not have seen it because it came out 2 days before Trump got elected the first time.
Mm,
So it's like a Sunday night, and I'm getting nothing but congratulations texts, and then Tuesday comes, and it's like, all right, I I guess it's the 1950s. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh
yeah.
shit, well, everybody's hurt, and it was just like, it just kind of like, it just got memory hold. The election and everything about it took over this, but then it got a resurgence on YouTube. I guess Kevin Hart got the rights back
Okay.
at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he put the joint on his LOL network, and a bunch of people saw it. A bunch
Yeah.
more people saw it, and it was a lot of positive feedback. This was like a couple years ago, and but the comments were like, "Yo, why are they CGIing Kevin Hart into this room? Why are they superimposing? What's the deal with the green screen of Kevin Hart and his friends?" And I assure you, he is there, and it was extra strange because it was an intimate venue. It was a little venue in DC called the Big Hunt, and this was a huge shift in what was capable in DC.
Mm,
DC to that point, I mean, at least my version, I think probably every decade and a half or so, I bet every major city goes through some sort of metamorphosis in terms of who's running the entertainment, right?
yeah, sure.
So my version of DC starts with just the DC Improv and like very few open mics. Like the best open mic in the DC area was in Virginia. You know what I'm
Oof.
saying? That just speaks to how few options it was.
Yeah.
And some of the guys that we started with, the great Sean Joyce, he starts working with this venue, the Big Hunt. It's a bar that's just falling apart. It's like a 8-story bar. It's
Damn.
like what if how clubs be like 6 stories, but it's
Yeah.
like what if it was like a club style, but every floor was a dive bar.
Oof.
It's just like 6 dive bars stacked on top of each other, and he sort of took over the basement and starts flooding it with comedy. The streets are loving it. It's the hottest thing in town. And next thing you know, Kevin Hart's like, "Yeah, I want to film Heart of the City here." And this is a place that we had been regulars at for a few years. Like shit, Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday. We in there like 4 or 5 times a week. But they flipped the room around when they filmed the show because they had to make
Okay.
all them big ass cameras work. So they flipped the room around and they set up a shot for Kevin, and he's lit in the audience.
Mhm.
So when you're up there performing, the eye line is Kevin Hart.
Yeah, right there.
He's right there, and there's an audience. You know what I mean? The audience was also not CGI. They was really in that motherfucker, but it was like when I'm performing, the only person it's like, and naturally, I don't want to look at Kevin Hart. I
Yeah.
want to look somewhere else,
Right.
but he's just right there. And it was like bizarre, but honestly, I seen everybody was a little tight. I had the luxury of going first. Honestly, going first
Okay.
was good for me because I don't know. I seen the host was having a weird ass time. which really took the pressure off me.
Yeah,
And I just was like, well, damn, if my career is about to end, I might as well try to be myself.
yeah.
The thing that was most unlike me in that video is my haircut. Weird haircut.
See, I noticed because I watched a bunch of your stand up, and that was a time where it was just different hair. It was like a separate version of you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think my regular barber wasn't available.
Okay.
I went with something weird. I think it was either that or I was just stressed. And then I asked the barber to do something weird.
You wanted to look
So,
nice for Kevin. You were like, yo,
yeah,
Kev's here. I might as well, try show out.
let me turn this up. And then I ended it was like a cartoon sized afro. Like it just wasn't right. And then so I throw the hat on and it was just, I don't know. That just was weird.
Yeah. Well, it's the eye line thing is pretty important because it can happen like anywhere. I don't know if you know who Lucy Dacus is.
No,
Uh,
no.
she's a indie singer, indie rock person.
Okay.
And I saw her one night here in Atlanta, and then the next night she says, "Hey, I'm doing a show for Stacey Abrams at downtown Atlanta, so come by." And I went, and there were like maybe like the concert I went to prior for her was maybe 300-400 people there. At this intimate show, there was like 50 or so people. And so when I'm sitting in this audience and she's looking at we're like 10 feet apart, she's looking at me directly as she's singing. I was like, damn, I don't know if I can look away, but this this
Yeah.
is
And
crazy.
that feeling too, you're like, damn, I can't leave.
Yeah,
If I had to pee, it'd mess up the show.
yeah, yeah. I don't want to miss Stacey Abrams either. I wanted to say hello.
Word.
That's so interesting that you were able to do that show and to excel. And then I watched a clip from Don't Tell comedy, and then some of your other podcast stuff, and it just seems like over time, because that the first couple of clips were obviously 10 years old, and then over time I can just see your metamorphosis as a comedian on stage getting so much more powerful and so much more funny that when you watch a clip from one of your podcasts today, it is just bonkers. Like how much of a different comedian in person in front of a microphone that you are. And I tell you, that's pretty hard because I think there's a lot of comedians that still are having trouble finding who they are on stage.
Mm. Well, hey, thanks for saying that, bro. I mean, a lot of reps, a lot of years freaking talking into this thing. And the podcasting, I've tried to like use the two like together somewhat.
Right.
Like I feel like podcasting helps me with my pace in front of an audience, just like the ability to continue to talk through something feeling off.
Mm.
Sometimes the energy of the show, things could be weird and it could have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And it's hard to recognize what your role is in a moment like, what I mean? Like something as small as like somebody ordering some chicken tenders. It's always somebody ordering some chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And they might be ordering the chicken tenders kind of loud. You know what I'm saying? And then, I've seen many people like, that'll like it'll stop and it'll be like, yo, I can't keep going until you're done with them chicken tenders. But like, I think doing all this podcasting over the years has kind of helped me just tune that out and like keep the bigger picture kind of in focus
Yeah.
as opposed to like the small derailing moments. And like as far as just stuff over the years, it's interesting, like the years ago, them years like a decade ago in DC, it it's never felt as good as that. Just the
Mm.
feeling of like saying whatever the hell you want and
Yeah.
just acting like a nut on stage. But I definitely have tried to refine what I'm doing, what the message is, like trying to be more accessible without sacrificing like point of view
Yeah.
or you know what I mean? Like yeah, trying to add access without losing integrity, which has been a struggle at times. I've, debated which route to go, but all the while that's happening, just trying to just I mean, my philosophy with this performance thing is very sports based. Like
Mm,
I'm working with the audience for us to all achieve the goal of having a nice night.
mm.
And it's like, where am I supposed to be? Where do the words go? I don't know. It's a flow. It's a flow in my head that I'm always trying to maintain, and just like adding little word, like turns of phrase. And I feel like references help me a lot too. I'm
Yeah.
kind of just rambling, but I'm like using all of these things. Every tool in the English language, I'm always trying to like add and like, I don't know, just I don't know, connect to me and my personality.
Yeah, well, comedy stand-up can be, or just comedy in general, can just be a lot like music. When you go to a concert, yes, sometimes they will play the same set list, but there's also a lot of variables that can happen. If Tom Morello is really feeling that guitar solo, then he's going to go ahead and do a guitar solo. Or, you listen to Amigos, they were really good at ad libs, when they were
All right,
together. So like if they can throw in an ad lib, and now I think 21 Savage is probably better at it, but if they can throw in ad libs, then they can do it. So for a comedian, someone on stage telling jokes, yes, it's important to get that routine down and get your jokes out. But if you're able to go with where the audience is wanting to go, or where they're taking you, or where you want to take them, then I think that works in your favor as well.
absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned Tom Morello. Yo, last night there was a guy, one of these crazy ass Knicks fans. Did you notice the guy on the baseline behind the rim? It was the
No.
whole second half behind the backboard. I think it was on the Spurs side. He's he's demonstrative to the point like worse than Drake has ever been. Like he was on the floor. I
Oh my
saw
God.
his foot touch the inbounds, bro.
Oh,
He was like acting out a charge call or something. Like, and then at another point, he runs down the baseline towards where the ball is. Like
what?
the type of shit that an audience member should never be doing.
Yeah,
And the dude kind of looked like Tom Morello to me. I'm
that's
watching on
funny.
a small screen. There was this point I'm watching on my phone,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like a light skinned cat with a hat on, and he looked kind of tall. And I was like, yo, who is this fool? And it was bugging me out because I'm like, the tickets are so expensive. He must be famous.
Yeah, yeah, he's got
I
to be
should know
famous.
who this is. And he was tripping. This guy, I don't know if he was drunk or if he really loved the New York Knickerbockers, but he was tripping.
I saw a clip. Larry David, he said he was reacting to a referee, and then I don't know who it was, but somebody in the Spurs missed like a very easy layup, and he did the whole the fallback thing, and I just laughed so hard because that's Larry David. That's really Larry David.
That is freaking Larry David's, man. Everybody you ever seen on a TV was in that building.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Mariska Hargitay was feeling up on a ref in that last
Bro,
couple of seconds. Oh man,
I
it was
don't
a
even know
great
what we
game.
was talking about. What was we talking about? Oh, yeah, yeah, man. Comedy, bro.
Comedy,
Insane.
comedy. Where look, we can enjoy sports, we can enjoy comedy. I don't know if I've ever seen a mix of the two. Maybe what was that? What was the movie that Keanu Reeves did? What was that movie? The football movie?
Oh, the
The
replacements?
Replacements. Yes.
Hey, I mean, replacements is good. Comedy sports, 7 Days in Hell.
Yeah. Okay,
You know
yes,
that? You
Seven
know
Days in
this
Hell.
one?
Wow, I
For
haven't even
you, for
thought
you,
of that in years.
for you sports guys, for you tennis guys.
Yeah. What's
You
the
know,
Tour de France
Serena's
one
in
they
it.
did after that?
Oh, right. God, what was it called? It was like a doping thing.
Yeah, and it had John Cena, I think. Or he might be in the documentary now one.
Oh, they had everybody. They had Lance Armstrong in it.
Yes, yes, because it was about
There,
him.
there's an insane scene of Will Forte. There's a he's playing like a French police officer who like in the plot of the Tour de France one, everybody's on steroids.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a scene where he's like he's stopping some cyclist who's on roids, who I think is John Cena. And John Cena has like a needle in his bike shorts
I don't
and it
remember that.
pokes. It's like it's an insane scene. Basically, Will Forte is doing this nutty act out as a French police officer who's
Mhm.
like on MDMA, I guess. I think that's it, or maybe something
Yeah.
harder than that, just like super ecstasy, mega Molly, if you will. But anyway, that yeah, sports and comedy. I mean, so for me, I see comedy as a sport, and I think of myself as an athlete, and so every day it's like it's like basketball, bro. There's a limited amount of ways you can put the ball in the basket. What's your best ways to put the ball in the basket?
Mhm.
Where should you be on the floor? Where are the defenders?
I also
Straight up.
that's a good way of thinking about it. I also think of audiences, some not all the time, but some people where you said, you mentioned sometimes the audience isn't feeling it, sometimes it's not your fault. It's I think some people sometimes they'll have a bad day, like the election will happen, and then they want the comedy thing that they already planned to help cheer them up. But I think
Mm.
that's putting too much reliance on things. I remember when Trump was elected the first time, Chappelle was supposed to host SNL after that, and I remember seeing Gayle King say on CBS Mornings, "I can't wait to see what Dave Chappelle's going to say." Like the idea isn't that you should wait to hear what he has to say or what Bill Burr has to say 4 years later when Trump loses. You just make your own decisions and then and just enjoy what's in front of you. Don't hope that watching something is going to make your day better.
Hey, for real. This has certainly been a learning process for me, especially since the pandemic, just of like how, especially with politics, how politics is connecting to live performance these days
Mhm.
of comedy, where it's like people are coming in with some expectations.
Mm.
People are kind of coming in where it's like, you should be agreeing with me.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how it feels when you're on stage, where it's like you can't, it's harder now to express an individual thought that could be counter to a large group.
Yeah.
Whether you're joking or not, people are just kind of like, I don't know, like okay, for example, for the past few since January 6th. Now, I have been I have been using the term white civil rights as
That's
a joke.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
This actually started years ago. Okay. It began as a local Washington football team joke I used to make because the team, we had a black quarterback, okay?
Yeah.
But our black quarterback at the time, it was Robert Griffin III, who, listen, he had busted his knee.
Hmm.
And I mean, listen, he was gallivanting in freaking Arlington all the time. You know what I'm saying? He was just moving crazy. And it was time for us to move on. And
Yeah.
we had a white guy on the bench who a lot of people was like, "Hey, let's get a white guy a chance." And so the joke that I would make was like, "Hey, listen, I know the 80s was messed up. I know they said a lot of foul stuff about Michael Vick and Randall Cunningham, but hey, it might be their right to be quarterback, dog. It might be a white right. They might be hey, they might need to play quarterback just to keep them you know what I'm saying, just in line with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the joke that I used to make. This is like 2014 I'm making this joke.
Hmm.
And then January 6th happens. And I start using the phrase white civil rights. Oh, this they think this is civil rights. They think They think saying a guy who they wanted to win, they think because that guy lost, they think just deciding that they wanted him to win that bad is a civil right. And I'm when I first started saying it, people was cracking up.
Hmm.
And now a few years later into now it's more white civil rights than ever, dog.
It is. It is. Yeah.
As we get deeper into it, people are like, "Yo, how dare you say I'm white, bro?" You know what I'm saying? Like the reaction is changing. And it's like in my head, I'm like, how could it be changing? Like, you see what's going on, guys. But the
Yeah.
truth is, the crowd is like, they're like not even, they don't want, it's like you either don't want to acknowledge it, or if you even get a whiff that I, the performer, don't agree with you, you're shutting down.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're not looking to a lot, most times this is the average audience member, I would say, they're not looking to like, they're not coming in with a open, like, let me see somebody else's perspective. It's
Hmm.
more like, if I get the hint of a perspective that I'm not feeling, I'm out. And yes, most of the time I am referring to white people when I say this,
Yeah.
but I can say with some certainty that it does go both ways.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I see. Here in Atlanta, this is a blue part. I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of different people. It is being there's a lot of people moving in. There's a lot of people moving out,
Word.
and I walk around with my pit mix. And people cross the street, even though we voted for the same person, maybe we have the
Mm,
same religious beliefs, but it doesn't matter. Like you see something, and if you call it out, then you are the bad guy, and so you just try to play along. You try to move down, and I see that in comedy sometimes when you watch a comedian who says something that, again, like as you said, people, it's their opinion, and people don't necessarily agree with it, and they kind of shut down. And
yeah,
like whether you share the same beliefs or not, and just because you differ on this belief, suddenly, hey, I can't associate with this person. It doesn't, like, yeah, it's difficult. And I think people, the more in tune with who you are, then that's when you'll start recognizing that, hey, everybody else has different beliefs. Just because I don't want to mix races, uh, doesn't mean, not that I'm saying
sure.
that like that I'm saying that, but like that's
Hey,
the person saying that. But
sure.
like just because I don't want my doodle to play with this pit mix, doesn't mean that they're bad people. We will have common ground, and I think that that is a difficult thing for people to just come to terms with.
Hey, real life, man, that's what it is. I couldn't get the words. A lot of people are not in tune with that. That's something that I don't know. You walk around, I'm walking around in my own head all the time, and a lot of times I'll assume that I'm like, okay, a lot of people must be thinking the way that I am, and it's like, no,
Right.
they're not, not at all. And yeah, that's probably at the core of it. I, like, yeah, people aren't working on themselves. Nobody's doing introspective stuff, man. I just got off work, bro. I just got off work. I don't know who I am.
But you have to
That's
look
what.
at Instagram. People are and TikTok. People think that they're doing that, but
Sure.
but they're not actually.
It's a thin line for sure, but like, yeah, the when things go wrong, that is the feeling for sure. It's like, okay, I'm sorry that I said I was black, bro.
Yeah.
And then reverse. Hey, listen, so on the opposite side, like I said, like there'll be times black audience like, I'm sorry that I'm all right with white people being around.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry that I didn't say they should all be dead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They like people think being black or being Latino or being Asian is just a monolith, or like being a woman, like even with the feminism, like just being like it's one thing. You have to act one certain way, you have to believe a certain set of beliefs. But no, everybody's got something coming in, and once the quicker we recognize that, the quicker we can come together and do another January 6th and take Trump down.
Yeah. I mean, we should probably get it's man, it sucks because ours would be like so tight, but
Yeah, it'd be a cookout. It'd be a real cookout.
it'd be a real cookout, but that would be the only time that they ever like acted like efficiently to like stop something from happening. They'd be
Yeah,
so coordinated,
yeah,
bro.
it'd be done in minutes.
It's like fucking ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. Well, Jamel, I don't want to take up too much more of your time. This has been great. You're a very smart guy, and I like your comedy, so I'm excited to hear mid range and let everybody else get to know you.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, like you said, mid range. It comes out tomorrow, June
Yeah,
12th.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I interviewed Rob Hayes before, so I know
Let's
that.
go.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah,
You know, who don't know Rob, man?
he's great. He was a nice guy.
And we, on a side note, I don't know when you're putting this out, but
Next week,
so
next Wednesday.
Ah, well, never mind. I'll tell you all about it. We're doing a flea market this Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna teach Rob how to sell some teas.
Hey, do it. Everybody, I want everyone to make money.
Come on, man.
All right, Jamel, I'll let you go, man.
All right, thanks, Chad. Peace.
Appreciate it. See ya.